What is going on, guys? It's your boy Big Dylan and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be basically doing the Q&A that I've been asking you guys to submit questions for the past couple of days. Basically just going to get straight into some of the questions, and then I've got one or two questions that a couple of buddies of mine have basically asked me to go over in the video as well, and I thought they were pretty decent questions. So without further ado, we're just going to get straight into it. So for the first one is, where am I from? If you can't tell by my accent by now, I'm actually from the UK. I live in, Great Britain. I'm from North Yorkshire, and that's pretty much all the detail when I get into, I don't really want to be giving my address out or anything like that, because, I've seen some pretty crazy stuff happen to people on the internet, so that's why I'm not really going to be giving it any more detail than that, but I do live in North Yorkshire in the UK. The next one is my favourite class and subclass in Destiny. I think my favourite class would have to be Warlock. I've played Warlock since the beta of the game. The first character I made when Destiny released was a Warlock as well. So yeah, definitely Warlock would be my best class. Favourite subclass would be... I think my favourite subclass on the Warlock would have to be Sunsinger, just because of how useful it is. But if you're talking about the most fun subclass that I have the most fun playing, it would have to be Striker Titan. Definitely Striker is so much fun in the Crucible. Shoulder charging people, skating everywhere, Titan smashing it, all that sort of good stuff. Definitely Striker would have to be the most fun. The next question is, any previous jobs? And yeah, I did actually have a couple of jobs before I actually, do what I do now. Basically, I was gonna get into it and break it down, give you the full story. Basically, I hated school. I absolutely hated school. I got bullied all the way throughout school. It was a nightmare. I hated every minute of it. Definitely, probably the worst experience in my entire life was going to school. It was just a horrible experience. Teachers as well, like the people that are actually supposed to be teaching you and helping you, were also some of the people that actually did the bullying as well. In my case, they were so negative about certain things, and yeah, overall, school for me just a giant disappointment in life. Really, I feel like I wasted my time. Didn't really learn too much, and it was just a horrible experience. So yeah, that's my basic school experience that I had in my life. After that, I went straight into a couple of jobs, basically just working in your average supermarkets. I just wanted to earn a little bit of money. As soon as I left school at the age of 16, I think it was. Straight away after, once I'd done my GCSEs or my exams, I left school. I didn't want anything to do with school. I wanted a fresh start. I just wanted to be away from schools altogether. I just couldn't be doing with it anymore. After 16 years of just constant stuff, I just couldn't be doing with it. So I just went into a normal job. It went okay for a while, but again, I didn't end up enjoying it anymore. I hated it. I hated waking up in the morning. I hated going to work, and so I quit. I quit my job. At the moment, as I'm making this video, I'm not actually working. I'm trying to focus on other things that I'm actually trying to do in life. I'm trying to focus on things that I actually enjoy. Another thing about me is I love working out. I love, lifting weights. I love powerlifting and bodybuilding. I love all that sort of stuff. So that's something that I'm really into. That could be a pathway that I go down to, later on in a couple of years. Gaming again. I'll actually get into gaming now. Actually, I'll talk about it a little bit more. But one of the questions was, from a buddy of mine, was, when did I start gaming and what games did I move to and from? So the first one would have to be, I think, what was the first console I ever played? I think I was about 4 years old, somewhere around 4 years old. I think I had a Sega Mega Drive, and I used to play that a hell of a lot. Sega Mega Drive was by far some of the most fun I ever had, playing Sonic the Hedgehog, forgotten a couple of the others. I think Bomberman was one, Toki was one, Alex the Kid, you know, a Lion King, Toy Story, just the old classic games, you know, on the Sega when I was really young. I used to have a PlayStation 1 as well. I can't remember the age of when I used to play that. But I used to love playing Tarzan on there. I think there was Crash Bandicoots as well. I used to love those. But I remember the PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 was actually my dad's. My dad used to play video games every now and then when I wanted to get home from work. And I used to always tell him where to go and what to do. You know, if he was lost, he used to always say, "Oh, go down there," or "Go here, go there." I remember him playing Conflict Desert Storm quite a lot. Medal of Honor Frontline. A couple of those, you know, Medal of Honor Rising Sun, I think, was another one. But I've been into gaming since a very young age. I've loved gaming. It's always been a passion of mine. I've absolutely loved, you know, playing games over the years. I've never stopped. I think the Xbox, when I got my own Xbox, the first original Xbox console, when I got Halo 2, that's when I got into gaming fully. That's when I started to get really addicted, and start, you know, grinding out hours on the games, especially Halo 2 and Halo when I was really young. I remember I used to go around to my cousin's house all the time, and we used to play both of the Halos like back to back, just go through all the missions on them. And it was great. It was absolutely great. You know, glitching out of the missions, nade jumping on Halo 2 into some ridiculous spots in some of the maps. It was awesome. And then obviously the next console that came around for me was an Xbox 360. And what a time I had on an Xbox 360. Honestly, it was absolutely amazing. Some of the games that I played on there was awesome. I remember actually, I think Halo 3 was a game that I played a little bit, but to me, I didn't enjoy Halo 3 as much as I enjoyed Halo 2. Halo 2 to me is my best Halo personally. I love Halo 2. I know Halo 3 is, you know, praised as the best Halo, but in my opinion, I just prefer Halo 2 so much more for some weird reason. It's just got that weird nostalgia point in my life, you know, of me actually playing it. And then I went to Call of Duty for a while. Getting into Call of Duty was a really good decision for me, actually. I actually started on, I think the first Call of Duty I've ever played multiplayer on was Call of Duty World at War, if I'm not mistaken. Met a couple of people on there. They introduced me to Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. I played that quite a bit, but my main one that I played back then was Call of Duty World at War. Loved it. I loved using like the PTRS, the cant 8K. I love sniping. I've always been a person that loves sniping in games. And moving into, you know, some of the newer Call of Duties like Modern Warfare 2, when that came out, oh my god, what a game. Modern Warfare 2, pretty much, that was the main game I played non-stop 24/7. Modern Warfare 2 was absolutely an insane game for me. It's when I started to get a little bit more competitive in gaming. I actually started to watch a couple of YouTube videos and all that sort of stuff back then. That was like 2009ish, to give you a, you know, a rough time period. I got into competitive sniping on Modern Warfare 2. I played for quite a few really good teams like V-City, Project 7. Trying to think of a few others now. Zuzo. You know, there are a lot of teams that probably won't even make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but they were competitive sniping teams. You know, for quick scoping and all that sort of stuff, and that was something that I used to love doing on Modern Warfare 2 back then, was just running around with a sniper rifle and feeding people, quite literally. It was awesome. I used to scrim, you know, in headquarters like all day, pretty much. It was actually kind of sad now that I think about it. Just sat there for 20 hours playing private matches, just scrimming out with people, but it was great at the same time. It was an awesome experience. And then I pretty much kept playing Call of Duty for the next couple of years. You know, Call of Duty Black Ops 1 came out. moved on, way and past that. And then Call of Duty started to sort of die out for me. Started to get a little bit too annoying. They started to introduce more complex stuff. I just didn't like it. It started to get really futuristic and lame. And now look at what Call of Duty is. It's just, in my opinion, a joke. You're running around as a clown with these pink glowing guns and all that sort of stuff. It just, to me, it's just sort of, it caters towards like the younger kids now than what it was before, where it had gore, if you know, when you got shot your arms full off and all that sort of stuff. That, to me, that's the main reason I loved Call of Duty World at War so much, because it was so sort of like more realistic, sort of a little bit more slower. And then obviously Destiny came around, obviously with the Xbox One. I got an Xbox One for Christmas, I think it was, and you know, I think it was, I can't remember how many years after it was, or months or whatever, when Destiny came out. Destiny, I knew about it. You know, I knew Bungie were making a game way before it was actually announced, and I was really hyped for it. You know, Bungie, you know, I've played Halo in the past, so I was like, you know, this has got to be good. You know, Bungie are making a new game. I was so hyped for it. I ended up getting the beta. Played the beta only for the one day. I actually completely forgot it released, and I didn't actually get a chance to play it fully. And on that first day I played it, I was completely hooked. I was sold there and then. I'm getting Destiny and I'm grinding Destiny. It was a unique experience. You know, the super abilities, to how weapons felt and how they handled, the enemy types, the enemy races, the planets, everything about it I absolutely loved. So that's what kept me playing Destiny. And here we are today, to this very day. You know, almost 4 years later, you know, Destiny 2 is just around the corner. Gonna be getting that as well, and hopefully it'll be awesome. I know that was a very long thing, but the next question is, what is my opinion of the last word in PvE? In my opinion, without being too brutal on this one, last word is sort of more of a crucible weapon. In my opinion, I would never use last word in PvE. It doesn't really have a spot. You know, when I'm thinking of PvE, you know, for a weapon to take up your exotic slot, that's a big thing, especially when you're playing PvE. You know, if you're doing a raid, you see, if you was to do the Wrath of the Machine raid, to do the challenges, and you're running around with last word, you know, a lot of people are going to be sort of judging you and saying, no, why the hell are you using a last word? It's more of a crucible weapon, works really well when paired with a sniper rifle. But other than that, yeah, wouldn't use it in PvE. It is a great weapon for the crucible. I do love the last word. I'll even use it with a shotgun at times on really small maps like Anomaly, and Cauldron I think is another one. So that's pretty much it. I just thought, you know, I'd make this video for the people that want it, or know a little bit more about me, or you know, wanted to know some questions about general stuff. But anyway, I don't know how long the video's actually been or how long I've been talking for. I'm just going to put some general Crucible gameplay over it, but thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I know, you know, for a lot of people this isn't a video that they generally want to watch, but for the people that do want to watch this, I really do appreciate it. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel for future gaming videos, you know, Destiny, a lot of it, and hope you have an awesome day. Peace.